Ag Talk. I am your host, Rolando Alvarez, and today we're exploring the ins and outs of the SFA Tennis Club. We'll also be talking to a Middle Eastern student about his experience here at the SFA and speak to an animal control officer about your local animal shelter, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Today in the studio we have Benjamin Stigman. How are you, dude?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. So you are the vice club president, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of the tennis club. So just tell me a little bit about the tennis club and what you guys do here on campus.
Well, it's a relaxed environment in which we play tennis. There's competitive people, not so competitive people, and it's just real relaxed. And it was a kind of outlet for me because I was nervous coming into college because I lost my outlet to play tennis, and hey, there's a tennis club, so they became my best friends.
So do you know when it was founded, or do you know who started it or anything like that?
I believe it was founded 6 years ago by John Ramsey, who recently opened up a restaurant in downtown Nac that I can't remember the name of.
Yeah. So you came in. Did you come here playing tennis as on a good level, or did you learn on the tennis club?
I started freshman year of high school. I was never pro or played in huge tournaments or anything, but I got good, and I'm good.
You're pretty good.
But we do have a lot of people with all different abilities at the club. There's beginners who are just learning how to hit, just learning the rules and such, and then there are people like me. No, I'm just joking. So just people with all sort of varieties.
Those people who come in, they're not so great at tennis.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a select number of people who teach those, or just kind of let them learn on their own, or what?
Yeah, this semester we're trying something new. We actually have a drills coordinator and set practices. Before we would just come out and do random practices, just hit around, and but now we have drills and conditioning and actual footwork practices, and it's actually being productive. At first I'm either they're going to be good or they're not, but we're actually training people. We're actually getting a lot better as a team, and it's really it's cool to see.
Yeah, so roughly, how many members do you have in y'all's tennis club team?
On paper, I think we have 30 to 40 people that actually show up to practice when it's cold and wintry. And
so better said, active members.
Active members,
Yeah.
I would say 15 to 20.
15 to 20.
Yeah.
So is there any correlation or any a relationship between the club and the actual SFA tennis team? Because I know that we have a girl tennis club team, a tennis team.
We're not nearly as good as the girls' tennis team. They're so good. But no, there's no affiliation. We practice at the same time sometimes, and so we have to share courts, not actual courts, but share the whole area.
Yeah.
But no, there's no affiliations. We don't go to each other's tournaments or anything.
So I know you guys sometimes host invitational tournaments here.
Mm-hmm.
Are those funded by the school, or you guys have to like do some sort of fundraisers or get any sponsors? Or
Actually, the tournament that we do here is actually our fundraiser. Anyone can come. It's March, late March. You'll see flyers. And that's actually our fundraiser. And then we go to tournaments, which pays for us to go to tournaments all around Texas. We just went to one in Waco, and we're going to go to one in Austin later.
So how did the one in Waco? I know it was this past weekend, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How did that go?
Really well. Like, I've been in tennis club for 3 years now, and I've never seen us play so well. We won our first 2 rounds. Like, there's 3 rounds, and if you win all 3, you win your bracket. And we won our first 2. The second one we just stomped, and that was A&M, so that was fun. And then we lost our last one, just barely, but it was the best I've seen our team play, and it was just really cool to see how much we've improved.
So where did y'all place? I mean, you said you went to
we
the finals, I
placed
think.
second in our bracket, but our bracket was not the top bracket. just say that.
Yeah. So I know, like, the tennis club, y'all are, pretty friendly with each other. Is there anything y'all do, like, outside the club, as in, like, just little hangouts or?
Yeah, we'll try to have a social at least once a month. Sometimes we do 2 times a month. The last social, we just had like a board game night, and next time we're going to do the low ropes over at the ELC, I think it's called, across from and do some team training, low ropes activities and stuff like that. So yeah, we do socials and stuff.
Yeah, like you said, there was there's different skill levels. So do you guys have a sort of like rank? Do y'all rank each other, like,
Yeah,
maybe for improvement?
we had a ladder last semester, and we got rid of that this semester. Now there's more of a theoretical ladder, and so we don't do rankings anymore.
I do rankings. Was that a problem, or was?
It,
Because I feel like it'd be more competitive. Like,
Mhm.
Ben is on top of me, so I'm gonna, Is there like
Yeah.
challenges y'all do?
We do challenges still, but like the ladder is more of a not open to everyone. It's not like it's not reposted every week on the Facebook page. It's just it's kind of known.
Yeah.
So that way we know who's going to be playing on what team when we go to tournaments.
Yeah. So I know there's some sort of politics involved in because you're the vice president, so there's obviously a president, a treasurer, and how do you go about electing those? Like,
We do nominations every semester, and there'll be semesters we'll go on without any problems in the club, so
Yeah.
there won't be any new nominations because we don't need to do
Awesome.
any changes. But this last semester we made a lot of changes. I think every position changed, except for treasurer.
yeah.
Just people moving around. Some people had
Awesome.
to shift priorities.
All right. Well, thank you, Ben. Thank you for being on the show. All right. Well, that's all the time we have for this portion of Jack Talk. But don't go anywhere. Up next, student straight out of the Middle East. So don't go anywhere. Hi, welcome back to Jack Talk. I am your host, Rolando Alvarez, and I'm sitting here with Middle Eastern student Tariq Abu Samhadana.
Yeah, you got it.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, you said it
All
right.
right. So where are you from, Tariq?
I'm from Jordan, Middle East. It's
What
about
city?
the other side from the Red Sea. Yeah.
The Red Sea?
Yeah,
Have you been there?
yeah.
How's that? Is it dead?
It's nah.
No.
It is dead. Yeah.
So-
well, I was talking about the Red Sea.
How long
Yeah.
have you been here in the United States?
I've been here since last January, so it's a year and 1 month.
1 month. How
basically.
did you hear about, SFA, coming to this campus,
Oh.
out of all the campuses in the United States, you came to SFA, so it's kind of,
Yeah. Actually, when I heard the school's name, I thought it was in Austin, but it was really by chance. I just went to this office and they told me about this
Yeah.
college, SFA, and they came to Jordan in March, I believe. So I went to meet them, and I talked to them, and they showed me the plans that for like the programs, stuff like that, and I liked one of them, and I just decided to come here. Yeah, and then I knew it was in Nacogdoches, not
Yeah.
Austin.
in the process of you leaving, Jordan, leaving your family, how was that? Was that, an emotional,
Yeah, it was really harsh because I'm the youngest brother, and it was harsh because I'm used to stay at home every time. I don't go out a lot.
Yeah.
I just stay at home, and my family are really used to me, so it was really harsh because leaving my family and my friends is not easy.
It's not easy to ask.
Yeah.
So when you came to the United States, did you come directly to Nacogdoches, or was there any other stops you did?
No, I came to Chicago.
Mhm.
I stayed there for 5 days, and then I came to Nacogdoches. Yeah, I just went there to
Just to
just
visit.
stay there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was my first time to the U.S. in general,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I wanted to explore.
So, how do you like Chicago compared, when you came to Nacogdoches, it's a very, it's very different,
Yeah.
population-wise. How is Chicago compared to Nacogdoches right now?
It was different. It was really different because it's a very big city, and Nacogdoches is a small town. So when I came here, I was really shocked, especially when I went to downtown. It's a big difference between downtown Chicago and downtown Nacogdoches.
yeah.
So yeah, at first it was horrible because I didn't know anybody, and it was so quiet, and I'm not used to it. I'm used to big cities and
Yeah.
loud and people, Yeah, but after a while, when I knew people and I made some relationships and stuff, it was way better. Yeah.
Yeah, in small towns, right?
Yeah,
It's
small
it's
towns,
more
of course.
friendly,
Yeah. Now I'm really used to small towns. I can't live in
So
Chicago.
you wouldn't go back to Chicago?
I wouldn't go back, just to visit though.
Yeah, but as soon as you got here, was there like a big culture shock? Is there something you saw here that's not, you don't do in Jordan a lot?
Yeah.
Was there something like taboo or anything like that?
Actually, of course, we love to go out at night. Just at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, we just go out. So it was different here because here at 9 o'clock,
Everything shuts down,
everything is
basically.
closed. You just have to stay at home.
Yeah.
So in Jordan, when you go out, you just see everybody, even if it was like at 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
So that was really stressful because I was used to go out at
Yeah.
night. Yeah, and
Yeah,
the language. Of
Yeah,
course.
when you came to the United States, did you come in already knowing English, or did you come in and just learned it here?
No, I actually learned English. They teach us English in schools.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I learned it more from music and movies and this kind of stuff. Yeah, so I knew English before I come here.
It's pretty good from just coming from there.
Thank you. But I didn't practice it until I came here, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here at SFA, have you met any other Arabs in particular that
Mhm.
do you feel more comfortable hanging out or congregating with those people or Americans? 'Cause
Yeah,
different.
it's I don't know, man. It's really different because it depends on the person, and the personality of this person. It's not about being Arab or being American or being Mexican. It's just about some Arabs I don't like him here, and some Arabs I really like him, and I'm a good friend with them.
Yeah.
And it goes to everybody.
So I was Googling Jordan and YouTubing, and there's all I saw was this. There's actually a video on in the play. You see it on the screen here. It's rolling. So this is Jordan, basically, what we see on YouTube and Google. So I just wanted to ask you: is this an accurate interpretation of Jordan, or is this
Oh
just
my God.
because as Americans we think of the Middle East as this? Or
Yeah.
is that just our ignorant opinion, or is this pretty accurate?
This is in Jordan. I'm not gonna be. No, this is not in Jordan. Of course, this is Petra. This
Yeah.
is really nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, this is in Jordan, but this is in in Jordan we have a desert side where it's the tourist places. They
Yes.
go and just camp, and you can stay in tents and stuff like that. But we don't live in tents or be
So
here.
yeah, it's a city,
Yeah, it's just different. I live in a big city. It's kind of like Houston, but this part is the tourist part. So we just go there whenever we want to have fun, because those areas are really old.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just go, and it's the tourist places, and of course about the sheeps. Yeah, some people they do it they
Herd sheep.
Yeah, in the old part too, and the desert part. They just go and it's like a business, It's like a business.
Yeah, it's like here
They
in Texas,
just-
there's a cattle business. And
Yeah,
it's just
kind
the main
of.
thing. So
Yeah, but this is not Jordan, the real Jordan.
it's not the
nah.
real. It's just
Yeah, it's just like a part of from Jordan,
Yeah.
but it's really civilized.
also when you came to Texas. I knew you've noticed the Texas weather, how
Yeah.
quickly it changes. Was that a big surprise to you?
Yeah,
one day you're
it
wearing
was
shorts,
horrible.
next day you're wearing a scarf.
Yeah.
So how's
you
that?
know what's funny about that? Because I used to go to campus and I don't have an umbrella. So because it's sunny, so I'm like, it's not gonna rain at all because it's sunny. So I would go to campus and then it's gonna rain out of sudden, Yeah, that was really shocking because because in Jordan it's either summer or winter. It's not summer and winter in the same day. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's different.
I know we talked before about, you said it's hard for you leaving your family, and you told me when we spoke before you left, your dad told you to, make me proud.
Yeah.
So, when you're here, do you still have that in your head?
Oh, of course, I still have it. I still have the whole picture of my mom and my dad, and my family when they were saying goodbye for me. I still have it, and I still have, of course, because my dad, he was really afraid to just send me to the U.S., so he told me, make me proud, so I don't go and do like young people, they just go and do stupid stuff and
Yeah.
forget about study. But he told me, make me proud, and I still remember his words even when I want to just not go to school today or something. I just remember his word and get up. Yeah.
So just how would you rate your experience here from a 1 to 10?
It's a very good experience. I would give it 15 because
15.
because I didn't know that I'm gonna learn this amount of knowledge in just 1 year, about cultures, about languages, about studies, about America,
That's awesome.
about you guys,
Yeah.
about everybody. It's a very good experience, and I'm glad I made it.
All right, well, thank you
Yeah.
for joining us, Tarek. It was
You're
a lot
welcome.
interesting
You're
hearing
welcome.
about you. So, and just like Tarek, SFA is home to many students from all over the globe. Coming up, I'll hand it over as we speak to the animal control officer of Nacogdoches about the animal shelter and why you should adopt a pet. So stay right there. This is Jack Talk. Welcome back. I am Rolando Alvarez, and here with me is Steve Bryan, Animal Control Officer of Nacogdoches. How are you, Steve?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
Pretty good. So, what's your position in the animal control office, animal shelter? Better say.
Okay, I'm an animal control officer, which means we go out in the streets, check on welfare checks, stray animals, animal rescues, injured animals, dog bites, things like that, or any kind of animal bite.
Yeah.
I also do a lot of the shelter, animal health care, and cleaning, whatever's needed. We're an adoption center, so one of the things we really want to promote is people to come out and adopt. And even I know a lot of the college students are not able to because they live in the dorms or whatever, but they can come out and volunteer, and they can play with all the animals, and they'll have 100 animals and don't really have to clean up after them. So, and it's good for them to come out. The more people they are associated with, it's better they get socialized, and we can increase our chance for getting them adopted.
How long have you worked at the shelter?
A little over 6 years now.
6 years.
Yes.
I'm guessing you enjoy your job.
Yeah, there's parts of it. It's really great. I mean, I have rescued a kitten out of a well and different storm drains and things like that. That really makes it worthwhile, and just finding homes for the ones we have there.
So when you guys pick up a dog or cat off the
Mm-hmm.
street, what do you guys process them? Like, how do you go about processing them into
Well, whenever
the
they
shelter?
come in, we get a description of them, fill out the paperwork. Sometimes they're owner surrenders, so we know a little bit more about them. We'll check to see if they should have a rabies tag and a city tag on them if they're inside the city. Rabies tag should be anywhere. It's state law. Anything over 4 months needs to be vaccinated. Tag on the collar. Microchip is another good way. If they lose their tags, we can scan them, contact the owner. It's a nationwide service. We've had animals come in from out of state, and we were able to contact the owners and get them on flights and get them back to them. That's the main things. We want to try to get them back home. If they have their tags and stuff on, we pick them up running loose. We'll call several vets, or call if they have a city tag, find out who owns it to get them home. We don't have to take them to the shelter, and that's why we'd like to just get them back home, because quite often animals just get out, and if we can just get them back home, that's the main thing.
When I hear animal control, I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
think of like some TV shows, like, you may call. So if there's like a snake in my apartment,
Yeah,
do
we do
I
that.
call you
Yeah,
guys?
snakes, bats. We've had people call about spiders in their couch. It's like, well, that's really not
Yeah.
us. You either need to call an exterminator or things. But yeah, we do go get snakes, bats, any kind of wildlife.
With that said, after you take the snake out of my apartment, do you guys take it to the animal shelter? or
Mm-hmm. Well,
do you
no,
guys
we
dump
just
it out in the woods
wildlife.
somewhere?
We just relocate and release.
So there's no.
As long as they're healthy, that's what.
So there's
what we do.
no reptiles for adoption, basically.
Well, if someone brings in a boa or whatever and surrenders it, then they go up for adoption. But wildlife, we don't adopt out.
So let's say we wanted to go adopt an animal. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what credentials do I need or qualifications do I need?
Okay, one thing, there's a page and a half adoption form. If you currently have any pets or roommates have pets, we have to verify they're current on rabies, and it kind of gives us a background of how their vet care has been in the past. A lot of these apartments, they have a pet deposit, so they have to get that taken care of first. And there's like a page and a half of where the animals will be kept and all this stuff, proper treatment type things. And there's a few other pages once that gets approved. And you just come out and pick out the pet, and the adoption fee is $20, which includes a microchip, which is a little sensor that's placed under the skin. If you're inside the city, it's actually $25 because they have to have a city tag. It is state law, anything adopted from the shelter has to be spayed or neutered.
Nice.
So we have a low-cost program, so you can get them done for about $45, then $5 for rabies, and so you're looking at $70, $75, and it's really pretty reasonable. If at that cost, it's about a third of what you would take to the vet to have them altered. So.
You know, like you said, kids and stuff can go play with the animals. How do you separate those dangerous animals, like those dogs that are not so friendly, from the friendly dogs? Is there?
They never come up front. We have our adoption rooms up front for the cats, for small breeds and puppies, and then we have a large kennel for the larger breed dogs. The ones that stay in the back, if they're fractious, that's the ones that you might consider dangerous that may bite. They're separated out. We have a quarantine room for actual bite cases. State law, anytime a bite breaks the skin, they have to be quarantined for 10 days or a period of 240 hours to verify they don't have rabies. Generally, with the law, you're innocent until proven guilty. Potential rabies, you're guilty until proven innocent, and that's what the 10-day quarantine is. And then the owner can reclaim them. But we don't. The ones that are even kind of iffy, we don't let them come up front. Sometimes they get a little stressed, and we'll get a little nippy, and we'll pull them back, see if we can calm them down. And a lot of them will make a big turnaround. Some of them come in and just try to eat you up. A little tender loving care, and they get better. Not always. Some of them are going to be aggressive all the time.
Yeah.
So, and then like cats that are just too feral, have lived in the wild all their lives. Sometimes we can get those guys relocated as barn cats, so they're not being handled. They're spayed or neutered, vaccinated, and then adopted to just kind of live on their own, then feed them some. But they're not the fluffy little friendly cat to play with.
Yeah. In Nacogdoches, is there more stray cats or more stray dogs, or just kind of an equal amount of?
Well, there's several colonies around these that are O'Malley cats that have been spayed or neutered and released, and they're tended colonies. So you see a lot of cats. A lot of these feral ones you won't see until it's nighttime because they're pretty much wild. As far as dogs, there's some that are stray. Most every animal originated at someone's house. If they may just turn them loose. Sometimes they're just kind of running loose and try to get them back home. But there's probably more cats. They just seem to breed faster than dogs do, or in more quantity. But we have a lot of wildlife in town. People don't realize that. At the Tucker House, they photographed bobcat, coyote, deer. We see a lot of wildlife, raccoons and skunks and possums.
Yeah. And for those who don't know where the shelter is at, can you tell us where it's located here in Nacogdoches?
Yeah, the address is 3211 Southwest Stallings. That's on the southwest loop in between 21 West, where Ford Travel is. That's what I call it Douglas Road. And then if you've ever been out to the lake, that's Durr Street, 225. And we're nestled in a little valley right there. You'll see a big green sign that says Nacogdoches Animal Services Adoption Center, and then a brown sign out front.
Nice. All right, well, thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure. If you would like more information and would like to contact the animal shelter, the number is 936-560-5011 or email at nacogdochesanimalshelter@yahoo.com. Well, that is it for today's Jack Talk. I'd like to thank Mr. Bryant for being here, and thank you guys for watching. I'm Rolando Alvarez, and it has been a pleasure. Tune in next time for some more Jack Talk. Have a great day.